Growing up with the dream of playing in the NHL is nothing new. But in the 1970s, in the former Czechoslovakia, playing in the NHL was nothing but that, a dream. Born in Hodonín, Czechoslovakia, Vaclav Nedomansky would first make a name for himself with Slovan Bratislava. The 6'2" center, who went by the nickname Big Ned, averaged 30 goals in 12 seasons in the Czech Elite League. That scoring prowess was also on display for the national team. Nedomansky helped Czechoslovakia earn the 1968 Olympic silver medal in Grenoble and bronze in 1972 at the Winter Olympics in Sapporo. In 9 IIHF World Championships, the Czechs only missed collecting a medal once during Nedomansky's career, winning 1 gold, 5 silver, and 3 bronze medals. While representing Team Czechoslovakia, Nedomansky scored 78 goals over 93 Olympic and World Championship contests.
Und das wäre die Chance. Und Tor, jawohl! 1:0 durch Nedomansky.
The 1974 World Championships would be the last time Nedomansky represented his country. In July of 1974, he made the courageous decision to defect to North America. From 1974 to 77, Nedomansky played in the WHA with the Toronto Toros and the Birmingham Bulls, scoring 135 goals and 253 points in 253 games. In 1977, he made the jump to the NHL with the Detroit Red Wings. He was the first player ever to escape from the Iron Curtain and play in the best hockey league in the world.
Nedomansky down the right wing, in front, shoots, score!
In 421 career NHL games with the Red Wings, Rangers, and Blues, Big Ned recorded 278 points, including 122 goals. But it is his legacy which will always be remembered. He opened the door for the rest of the world to play in the NHL. In the player category, Vaclav Nedomansky is now an honored member of the Hockey Hall of Fame.
To present Vaclav his plaque, 1981 Hall of Fame inductee Frank Mahovlich.
Thank you so much. Now I do feel like movie star, but I'm not. It's tough to follow speaking engagement after Jerry, but I just choose to do it this way. I didn't like those formal announcements and formal reading from past, from country, leading people. Then I decide, because I cannot challenge my body anymore, I will challenge my mind. Then I decide to just tell you my story, the way I feel, and the way I like to tell you. As they told you, I was born in Czechoslovakia a long time ago, small city of Hodonín. My first coach was named Drahomir Gajos. He was a great inspirator. He trained us well, and he made all interest in hockey, which I followed. We had hard trainings, Russian style, 11.5 months a year with 2 weeks vacation. Did not break my heart or body or mind. And I developed to decent player and went to University of Bratislava because my idea of education is so important, and I feel that all hockey players should be educated because they improve their game with knowledge of the world around them. Bratislava team was very good. We never won anything, but there I made my name. I played in the 12 years in a row. I played in 12 times in World Championship and Olympics, had decent numbers, which helped me to bring some interest from North America. Coming to North America between 62 and 74 gave me really chance to see how really Canadian hockey looks. Played in those small cities around the country, played against father of our team, which really showed us how Canadian hockey is played that time. It hurts a lot, and we just survived anyway. When I started to have more interest overseas, I started to be really not interesting for country of Czechoslovakia because of their political desire to show the world how country is so great. Then I was really in trouble the last couple of years with the Czechoslovakian government and club teams. And I thought that the best way would be to solve this problem is to bring officially somebody from North America to negotiate. Then I thought this was a good idea, but really trouble started when Cliff Fletcher and David Poyle arrived to Czechoslovakia. They tried to do everything official, but they were not really answered by anyone. Then when I came back home, all this trouble started, followed by police and uncomfortable people, and they bugged my everything. Then I had no choice. Then took my decision to my hands and decided to leave. It was difficult, complicated, stressful, but it happened, and I'm so happy that I'm here. And that happened when I went from hero to unwanted. Then that's only one small part of my life. Then the decision I made, I never really regretted, and I'm happy I'm here. And this is proper time to thank you so much for country of Canada that they gave me another chance to live life the way I would like to live. First contact, actually, I had a choice between Toronto and Atlanta. Thank you very much for family of John Bassett and Mr. Eaton and Canadian government. They just accepted me as their own. First year in Toronto was great. I thought I'm going to be here forever because city is beautiful, everything was new. But as you know, hockey business is tough. Then pretty soon I found out we are moving to Alabama. Then it wasn't really hockey city and hockey town, but it was good for me, you know. When World Hockey League losing their power, there happened first trade between World Hockey League and National Hockey League. We were traded from Atlanta to Detroit, and it was Ted Lindsay who made that trade. And all of a sudden, I'm here in the National Hockey League at the age of 33 and a half. Finally made my step, and my long-time dream. I'm here, I'm going to be in National Hockey League. Coming back to Toronto wouldn't be so easy if my that time unknown friend Frank Mahovlich and Murray took care of me and helped me right from the start. I don't know how we do that, how we did do that, but I didn't speak English, and then we just had a good time, and finally we lived together with World Hockey League in one apartment in Birmingham. And again, thank you so much, Frank, and your wife for everything you've done for me until today. If I go back to Detroit and Ted Lindsay, I played there for 6 years. I made lots of friends. Great city. I played in old Olympia rink and knew Joe Louis and had great friends. Teammates were different than another. Then we were not too good, but we made first playoffs against Atlanta, and now we go against Montreal. Then Montreal winning 4 times in a row, and This one game, our coach says, let's surprise Scotty Bowman in Montreal. Ned, you are not center now, you'll be a winger, a right winger. I said, no problem. Now we're starting to play, and I play against Larry Robinson, Bob Gainey, and goalie Ken Dryden. It was even harder to play than before. Then when my time expired with new ownership in Detroit, contract was bought out, and I was 30 years old. And I said, I'd like to still play. Then I follow hockey Olympics 80 with Herb Brooks. And I said, that would be coach for me. Then I decided to go to New York Rangers without contracts, old man. Tried to make a team, which I did make a team. Enjoyed Herb Brooks very much for his innovating, good thinking, friendship with me. Everything was fine. He let me play more than normal would play. I was so-called specialist for power play. And I'm not bragging about my scoring, but I had in 30 games, 13 power play goals, which would be good even today. Only problem in New York, I was driving this old bus Volkswagen, and when I'm going to Gardens, then they stopped me and said, you cannot go inside because parking for Volkswagen is on the river there, half an hour away. I said, no, I have to go for the play. Oh, you are a player? Yes, I am. Then opposed to beautiful cars, this Volkswagen camper didn't look too good. I should mention Mr. Emil Francis, who was the first man who looked and tried to get me in the 60s. And actually it happened later on when even I played with him in St. Louis Blues for a short period of time. Then I appreciated his interest, and all those people, they were interested about me. I finished 83, never retired, jumped to my Volkswagen camper, like 2 o'clock a.m. and drove back to Detroit and never announced anything, never retired, and I'm still available, but I'm smarter than that. I cannot play anymore. I would like to mention all managers. My critical point, when I went after playing hockey, I coached in Germany, top league, and I was doing everything else myself, and I was chasing people and doing with them. It was a great time, but when time to come to make decision, I went to coaching, and I was approached by Rugby Vachon from LA Kings, the manager that time. Then I started to coach. Organization of the LA Kings was very good. I was so happy. I was happy with all managers I had. Rocky Vachon, Nick Beverly, Dave Taylor, and Sam McMaster. And scouting staff was great. I wasn't a yes man. I just tried to bring something new and be on the opposite side, but sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Later on, I moved to scouting with Nashville for 5 years, and I ran again to Mr. David Boyle, and it was a grateful time, beautiful, and I had some bad ending because again we ran into some problem about the players, I think. And David told me, "Hey Ned, do you think you'll be working forever?" I said, "Yes, I think." A few months later, contract is coming up. He said, "Ned, you're gone, no more contract." Then watch out, those guys in scouting. Very much enjoyed new team Vegas when I was involved with building up the team. With other people in scouting, we just created a great job, and I love George McPhee's job and Mr. Foley as the owner. And we just went through all these small problems until we were in finals of Stanley Cup. And I still love those teams, how the way they do play, Vegas and Nashville, very creative, fast, love them to watch. I also been involved with Team Europe as a scout, and we picked together a beautiful team, and we lost only in finals against Canada, which was very unfortunate. If I go to another category, which is friends, all those players and managers happen to be good friends, and I always went by, be nice to them, they are going to be nice to you, and I'm trying to go by that even now. I'd like to specifically thank you for a group of people, they tried to get me to this Hockey Hall of Fame, which is a Swedish group of players with Anders Hedberg and another friend, Dave Conti, which created impressive resume and delivered it. If I didn't thank you for Hockey Hall of Fame, Lenny and JD and Kelly, I do that now. You cannot just do that all together. Sometimes it's specifically if I just speaking my mind. Sorry if I'm jumping from one to another. One my friend, Dennis Hall, I cannot go by that so easy. We were friends and lived together and played together for some time. And he has, as you know, a sense of the humor and stuff like that. And then my last communication with him, he said, Dennis, I'm going to give you half of my fame. Give me, please, half of your money. What do you think he says? No deal. Then, I don't like to be really pioneer because it means in another language something different. But I'm just happy I just opened the door for some European players, which may be continuing my steps, and I hope they're going to improve National Hockey League. And all my dream of playing hockey league is accomplished. I just would like to tell them, use your judgment, sometimes say no. Then I think that's all what I can say. And I'm happy to be here. Love you, my friends. See you around. Thank you.